Yesterday we discussed about for loops, right? What is for loop? How do you use for loop? Like what is the syntax of for loop? And we did so many examples on for loop. So now today we are going to discuss about another type of loop in Python, loop statement in Python. That one is the while loop. So there is a small difference between for loop and while loop, but the concept is same. Okay, now loop is used to reduce the redundancy. Loop is used to apply same logic to the different values by iterating over the loop. So loop in the sense it is something like this, guys. It's like this is right looping, right? So this loop here loop is started, here loop is ended. So like that in programming language also per loop it is a predefined, right? Based on the, let's say, list contains 10 numbers, 10 times this loop is going to be happen. So like that in while loop also it's a condition based. So if it is a loop means it's a it could be something, it's keep on iterate over it, right? There should be some start, there should be some end. Otherwise, if there is no end for your loop, it will become the infinite loop. So that means that all your computer process is busy with in this loop only, unnecessary, right? So let me go there and see it. Let me erase it, open erase it. Yeah, yeah. So let me go to the loop, while loop today. It continuously executes the statements as long as given condition is true. Okay. In simple terms, while loop is a condition based loop. While loop is a condition based loop. It continuously executes the statements. It continuously executes these statements as long as given condition is true. That means that while while condition statements. So here colon enter, right? This is while block. So these statements are going to be executed inside the while loop. So here starting and ending of this while loop is decided by the condition. That's why we can say while loop is a condition based looping. As long as this condition is returning true, these statements are keep on executing. When this condition become false, for loop will be terminated. It will come, for loop will be stopped. And it will come out of the loop and start executing other lines of code in, see, those are equivalent to the while. But these statements are going to be executed when loop is starting, right? Inside the loop only. So if you take some notes here, inside the while loop, we can have any number of statements. See here, I just mentioned a few one line, but in reality, inside this block, we can write any number of lines of code. So how many lines of code is totally depends on the your use case criteria, right? So for example, you want to apply some business logic that for every item in the loop. So in that case, this could be 10 lines, this could be 20 lines. We don't know. It totally depends on the business case. The condition may be anything as per the our requirement. This condition could be anything, right? Yeah, see, condition could be anything. Loop starts running when condition fails, stops running when condition fails. See, if this condition is keep on returning true, these statements are keep on executing. When this condition became a false, then loop will be stopped. It won't come here. So execute will move to the next line of code. I will show you that. But this is the syntax. While is the keyword and condition, colon, and statements. If you remove while, if you keep if, this will become a if syntax. But if is just one expression, right? If condition true, the statement will execute. That's it. But here we are using while. While in the sense it's a loop statement. As long as this condition is true, this block of code is keep on executing. Keep on executing. So let's see some examples. While example, while examples, while loop examples in Python. So here the requirement is print the text hello world 5 times. Yesterday also we did through for loop. Same thing we are doing through while loop. See it. Number of times is equal to 1. by initially it is 1. I am just taking one variable and storing into one value into this variable. While, see the syntax, while, this is the syntax, right? While, after this the condition, after that we have to write the condition. This is the condition only, right? Number of times less than or equal to 5, colon, enter 4 spaces. So here if we are giving indentation 4 spaces means these two lines comes under the while loop, right? While loop block. So when these two lines are going to execute, when this while loop block is going to execute, when this condition is true, these two lines are keep on executing as long as this condition is true. In this case, if you observe it carefully, number of times is equal to 1. Here number of times less than or equal to 5. Here is it true or false? 1 is less than or equal to 5. It's a true. While true means this block will be executed. Now we are incrementing this to 1. That means that after executing this statement, number of items become a 2. Here again it will keep on check the same condition. Number of times, now the number of times is updated with 1, so it will become a 2, right? Now number of times has a value like a 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. True. Go here. Here number of times plus equal to 1 again. So 2 plus 1, 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Come here. And after that it will execute. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. Come here. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. True, right? It will come here. Execute this print statement and it will come here again. Here 5 plus 1, 6. 6 less than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? False, right? When it is false, Python loop, this while loop will be terminated. Python control won't come here and execute because at sixth attempt, this condition became a false. When this condition became a false, Python go and start executing other lines of code equivalent to the while, not these statements. These statements only execute when this condition is true. When this condition is false, Python control won't go inside and execute. Are you able to understand this syntax? Guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So now I will write some code here. You are going to understand that. Okay. And we are going to write some more examples on value. Syntax is same here. I am just writing syntax again. While condition 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is the syntax of the while loop. This is the syntax of the while loop. So now, so loop is nothing but the which is used to repetitively execute some business logic, right? So for example, write a program to generate 1 to 5 numbers using while loop. So just think about it. Say num is equal to 1, for example. While what is the end range, guys? 1 to 5, right? End is equal to 5. While this is the while and condition. So I want to check this number is less than or equal to 5 or not. Num less than or equal to 5. 5 is nothing but the end only, right? End. Print num. Print num. After that, we have to increment the value. Here, very first time num 1 less than or equal to end 5. Here it is something like this, right? 1 less than or equal to 5. What is the output of this one? True, right? It will be, this output will be true. If while true means while loop block, while code is going to be executed here. It is going to print the num. Num is nothing but the 1 year. So if you go here again, if there is no change to this value, it is again 1 only, right? 1 less than 5. Again, it will print 1 only. It will keep on iterate over a year itself. It will become the infinite loop. Okay. There is no chance to this condition become false, right? Because num is always 1 only. 1 is nothing but 1 less than or equal to 5 is always going to return true. As long as this condition is keep on returning true, this print statement is keep on executing. But it is keep on execute what? 1 only, right? It will become a infinite if we do not change this. At some time, this loop needs to be terminated by failing this condition. Num plus equal to 1. So in this case, let me run this program and see the output. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that this print statement is executed in 5 times and this plus is incrementing 5 times, right? Initially, this value is 1. Now, what is happening? I will show you the debugging also here. So let me put a debugger here. I'm just putting debugger here. I am going to show you that how Python is going to be executed here. Loop statements. So here instead of running, I'm just here you can double click here, guys. Just click on here, it will become a, this is breakpoint. You can simply go and do debug while loop. Just run this. It is coming here now. It is stopped here. Yes or no? What is the end num value? Variables in this script. Num value is 1. End value is 5. Here also you can see. Num value is 1. End value is 5. Here what is this? Num is 1. Right? Are you able to see the value or not?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Confirm please. What num contains 1, right? Here you can
1.
see the value.
1.
What end contains?
5.
5. 1 less than or equal to 5. True or false?
True.
True. So let's see whether it is returning true or not. Just to click here, right click. You can now see that expression output also. Evaluate. Num value is 1. No. End value is 5.
5.
1 less than or equal to 5. Let's evaluate it. It's returning true, right? Is it returning true or not? It's returning true. If this expression is returning true, it will come to this inside the loop and start executing these statements. Let me go here. Yeah, it is coming inside, right? Num value is 1. 1 is going to print in the output. 1 is printed now. See it, guys. 1 is printed. After that, it is incrementing number value with 1. That means num contain already 1. Now it is incrementing with 1. That means that num became 2, right?
2.
Let me go here. Now num became what?
2.
2. 2 less than or equal to 5. It is going to return true only, right?
True.
True. This condition is going to return true only, right? If this condition is going to return true, again loop is Python control comes inside this loop. Now num will become 3. 2 plus 1, 3, right? 3. Num become 3 or not? Here you can see that. 3 less than end 5. Now num become 4, right? 4 less than or equal to 5. True. Now num became 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. True, because it's equal. Now num is 6 and the end value is 5 only, right?
5.
So 6 is less than or equal to end. Is it true or false?
False.
It's going to return false, right?
False.
Let me evaluate this and see the output. It is returning false, right? That condition is returning false. If it is false, as I said, Python loop will be stopped, right? While loop will be stopped. That means that this time when I click on this arrow, it should not come here. It should start executing some lines of code, whatever writing here, right? Python control directly should go there. Yeah, this I just now written, right? It's in debug in middle of debugging. That's why this is not executed. But if you observe it, it is printed 1 to 5 and stop the loop, right? Are able to follow, guys?
Yes.
Any doubts here?
Clear.
So as long as this condition is true, this block of code is going to be executed. When this condition false or failed,
Repeat.
loop will be stopped and Python start executing outside statements. If you observe it, print to outside while, for example. I'm just running this code. If you want to debug code, you can put a debugger here. Just click on this. If you don't want to debug the code, if you want to run directly, you can run like this. See it. This print statement executed 5 times. After that, sixth attempt, this condition became a false. That's why it will coming out of this loop, start executing other lines of code. That's why it is coming right outside while. After 5, in 5 is printing, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6, right? 6 less than or equal to 5, false. When this false, this loop will be stopped and Python control comes outside this loop and executing other lines of code. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is how loop or while loop will work. So infinite while loop. So here if you do not here if you do not increment sorry guys. Here if you do not increment this value, this condition is always true only, right? Because 1 is less than 1, print 1. 1 is less than 1, print 1. 1 is less than 1, print 1. If there is no increment, this number value is always 1 only. 1 less than 5 true, print the 1. 1 less than 5 true, print the 1. So it is keep on executing this while loop only, right? Because it is when while loop will start when this condition falls. But if there is no increment here, this is always 1. This keep on execute, right? Here only. There is no chance to fail this condition. Yes, sir. So
Yes.
let me show you this. I just commenting this and running this. It's just executing 1, right? Keep on execute. It is infinite loop. There is no it will terminate when the process stops or when memory kind of issues we got. But be careful. Your Python program is stuck here only. Your process stuck here only because it's infinite loop. Let me stop this. Just stop it. If we do this, after some time, when the after 5, when num becomes 6, this condition is going to be failed. So after 5, it is failed, terminated the loop, start executing outside the code, outside the while loop block, right? Are you able to understand the use of this now? 1 to 10 numbers means you can simply keep 10 here, 10 here, right? That's it. 1 to 10. 5 to 10 means here you can give 5, right? Simple terms. 5, 5 less than 10, true. Print 5. Num plus equal to 1. 6, 6 less than 10, right? Clear? 5 to 10 outside the loop. Are you clear?
Clear.
Okay, next. Okay, guys. This is we know why I'm taking the same example is because we know what even number is and all. We know the problem. But how are you going to solve the same problem using the while loop is matter, right? So start, right? Start val. Start val equal to start val is equal to 1. End underscore val. End value, what is end value? 10, right?
10.
10. So that means that we want to apply even number logic for every value in the loop, right? First one, third, after that 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to generate that kind of a loop. How do you do that? While start val less than or equal to end val.
End val.
Print, for example, print start val. So here we need to increment, right? If I run this, it will become an infinite loop, right? Why it will become infinite loop? Start value is 1, end value is 10. Start value less than or equal to end value. 1 less than or equal to 10. True. If it is true, it will come and execute this statement. After that, it will go and check the condition again here. Again, start value is still 1 only, right? There is no increment happened to this value, right? Still it is 1 only. True. Execute this again 1 only. So it will become infinite. So start in order to generate sequence, we have to give like this, right? Let me run this program. Okay. Let me separate the output by writing something. Some stars. Yeah. So am I able to generate 1 to 10 numbers or not? So
Generate.
we are able to generate it. So next thing is you can simply apply your even number logic on every value, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in the loop, right? If start val model 2 equal to 0. So when this print statement is going to execute, when this condition is become true, right? Let me run this program. 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 are the even numbers. Am I able to get it or not?
Yes.
What is happening? First start value is what? I am just explaining you, right? What is the start value? Very first time 1 less than or equal to what is the end value? 10. So what is the output of this expression? 1 less than or equal to 10. True, right? True. After that, start value model 2 equal to 0. It's not equal to 0. So that means that it is going to return the false. When it is going to return the false, when it return false, if block not going to be executed. It won't execute. So it will come here, increment this value. Now 1 became plus 1, right? 2 now. Start value is 2, end value is 10 now. 2 less than or equal to 10. True only, right? So 2 model 2 equal to 0. Yes. This is 0 equal to 0. Yes. So that time this entire expression is going to return the true. If it is true, this print statement is going to be executed. Clear? And come here again. Now already what is the previous value of start value 2, right? 2 plus 1. It will become 3 now. 3 less than 10. Like this, it keep on iterating over and check this condition, increment this. So when as soon as this start value become a 11, this condition will be written the false. When this written false, it will simply stop this loop. In this written by simply stop this loop. Are you able to follow this example?
Yes.
So if you are let's say 1 to 5, right? Let me run this. 1 to 5, only 2 and 4 are the even numbers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to debug this program and show you again how it is executing. Okay. Into outside while. So this is equivalent to this statement is equivalent to the while loop. So this statement is not going to depend on the any while stuff. So equivalent to this. After completion of the while loop, this print statement is going to be executed. Okay. I am just keeping debugger here. Just mouse click here. It will show you that instead of running, you can run like this. Debug the program. So here, what is the start value? 1. What is the end value? 5. 1 less than or equal to end value 5. Is it true or false? 1 no 5. 1 less than or equal to 5 means
True.
true. If it is true, while block will be executed, right? You can
Yeah.
click on this arrow, you will come below next line, next executing line. Here, this is the condition, right? Again, if condition, right? So when this print statement is going to execute, when this if condition returning true, then only this print statement is going to execute. If this if condition false, this print statement is not going to be executing here. Clear? Let's see what is the output of this evaluate expression. Start value is 1 module 2 equal to 0. What it is returning? False, right? 1 module 2 equal to 0. Why it is returning false? Because it is returning some value other than 0. That's why. Let's see what value it is returning. It returning 1, right? That means that 1 equal to 0. So here 1 equal to 0, true or false? False, right? This
False.
output is 1 equal to 0. False, right? So let me go here. If it's false, that's why this print statement not executed. Directly goes to here. Here it is incrementing 1 with 1 value. Now start value became a 2 after executing this line. Let me go here. What is start value now? 2. End value is 5 only. Let me go inside this. It written true, that's why it will come here. Now 2 module 2. Let me evaluate this expression, what it is written. True, right? That means this if condition is returning true. That means that whatever code available inside this if it's going to be executed right now. Let me see whether the print statement is executing this time. Increment. Now start value become a 3. Come here. 3 module 2. 3 module 2 means nothing but some value. I think it's not returning 0. See the output. It is returning 1, right? 1 equal to 0. False, right? That's why it is coming directly here. So now start value is 6, end value is 5. 6 less than or equal to 5. False, right? It returning false because start value is 6 now, end value is 5 now. 6 less than or equal to 5. False, right? It is returning false. If it is returning false, while loop will be stopped. After stopping while loop, see this. If it is returning false, it should not go inside this. It is going directly outside this loop, stop this loop and executing outside the while loop statements. While statement, outside while statements, right? That's it. You see the output? It might be printed even number outside while. This is how Python is going to evaluate the statements based on the condition. Loop will be stopped based on the condition if statements are going to be executing. Clear, guys? This is the while loop. So whenever we do not have some fixed length kind of thing, like a list or tuple, if you have a list or tuple string kind of thing, you can directly use the for loop. But we don't have that kind of data. But you want to execute this code for different values or for repetitively for some values. We can generate the while loop and start using them. Okay, that's it about the while loop.